What's up, YouTube? Reg Fox, if you know me, Star Fox, if you don't. Here with another real review, live from Riviera Maya, Mexico. And finally, without further ado, Evolve, the Pheromone cologne that you guys been waiting for. So let's do it. Let's talk about it, YouTube. There's a lot to talk about. Sorry for the wait, but here we are. First day, I'm gonna jump right into it. First day, I put 2 sprays. Actually, I put 3. One on the left neck, one on the right side of the neck, and one in the chest. Now, some people say that might have been too much, but that's what I did. Right? I walk into work, 9 o'clock. I go into the lounge to get a cup of coffee, and out of the blue, I swear to you, and I'm going to keep it real, and I'm always going to keep it real, a young lady came up to me and decided to tell me everything about her life. She told me about her sister. She told me about her accident she almost got into today, how she's really shaken up. Now, mind you, this is a woman that I've seen every single day, and we've said nothing. Same time, same situation, and nothing was exchanged other than hello. So she decided to tell me she was from Queens, New York. She decided to tell me a lot. What did I take away from this, ladies and gentlemen? I took away that she was being extra friendly, more than usual. That was interesting. Just for nationality's sakes, she was Hispanic. Next, I go back to my desk. The woman behind me says good morning, typical as usual. 10 minutes later, decides to ask me, what am I wearing? It smells really good. And she decided to also tell me she liked the way I dress, and she always wanted to say that. Really? Did she always want to say that, YouTube? Or does it have anything to do with this bad boy? Now, I did do one of my subscribers and one of you guys did tell me to do test it out, one day on, one day off. I did try that, and the next day. So first day, first test, very friendly. Women were very friendly. I did not notice any feedback from males, but women were very friendly. Next day, I tried it with nothing on. Same situation, in the lounge, getting coffee. Same girl, it was just a good morning. That's it. Went back to my desk, went to my meetings, did everything I did. It was a normal day. Next day, this is day 3. I tried it on, but this time I put 4 sprays. That's right, 4 major sprays. Whew. Okay. YouTube, when I'm telling you about the races of people, it's not for discriminatory reasons or anything other than just to let you understand what's going on. I've always been the type of person who's been friendly, and people who's always been friendly with me. So that being said, I come to work. Day 3, this time, 4 sprays of the Evolve. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the right setting here. Of the Evolve. A white woman comes up to me and says, good morning. How was your day? Telling me about her night, telling me about everything under the sun, something she watched on TV. Now, this was not in the lounge. This was in passing. I'm trying to go. And she was just very friendly, very attractive, by the way. And dare I say, a little flirtatious. That's one white woman. Still heading into a meeting. Another white woman is heading the meeting. Again, keep in mind, I'm not saying white, black. I'm just trying to get y'all to see something here. Very responsive to me. Told me I'm walking into the meeting, going into the middle of the desk. You know the power seatings, by the way. And she said, no, Reggie, come up to the front, sit right next to me. And I did. I thought that was a little shocking because she's usually standoffish. Another attractive woman, by the way. And she was doing laughing, tapping my shoulders. It was all the typical signs of attraction. And this was happening throughout the day. YouTube, I wasn't acting different. Now, some people might talk about the placebo effect. Here's the problem with that. I wake up 6 o'clock in the morning. I go to the gym. I take a shower about 7:30. I put this on, put my clothes on, everything else. I head to work. I'm at work around 9 o'clock. Now I'm running around doing meetings. I'm doing presentations, all kinds of things throughout the day. And I can tell you, I have completely forgotten that I put this stuff on. So throughout the day, I'm wondering, around 2 o'clock, I'm wondering, why is it that I keep getting, everyone's being friendly. Why are the women being so friendly? And then I would remember, oh yeah, I'm wearing this. So this pheromone there's something there, YouTube. I don't know, there's something there. Now, were they being sexual? Were they taking their panties off? No. They were just being friendly. More so than usual. They were not intimidated by me. They felt open. They were willing to talk, willing to listen, and just curious. That's the best word I could say. They were very curious. Now, on the 5th day, I did notice some interesting effects. Everything has a pro and a con. Interesting effects. Myself began to get very annoyed by the fragrance. The fragrance began to really frustrate me because I was smelling it on myself. It started off as a neutral scent to me. I began to hate the scent. Yes, myself, wearing this began to hate the scent. There is another woman who sits next to me. She's actually a team partner of mine. She began to get very hostile and angry with me around the 5th day for no reason. She even asked me, what is it that I'm wearing? It's really messing up her nose. It's really bothering her. Now, YouTube, full disclosure, this girl is 5'10", quarterback-ish, like really thick and not in a good way, which leads me to believe she has more testosterone than the average woman. So she began to be very aggressive. I began to be very aggressive. And I did notice that the males began to, on the 5th day, with just 2 sprays on that day, by the way, the males began to try to challenge me. I was actually up for the challenge. This was really just starting to get me angry. Now, was it a bad day? Possible. But I can tell you I did not want to wear Evolve anymore, just because I was becoming frustrated with the scent. YouTube. Another thing, I mentioned the nationalities. Black women never were intimidated by me, I guess because I'm black. I'm not saying white women were, but I am saying that they were a little more willing to approach. Hispanic women also. So take that for what you want. Black women were always willing to approach because that's life. So it did make the other nationalities of women definitely a little more responsive to me, which they always are, but just a little more curious about it. And I'm sorry, I'm doing this kind of guerrilla style for you guys. I wanted to give you all the information. Oh, I also did pair this with Molecule 01. I got some really good results in the club pairing that. I was at the strip club, and I did get a lot more love. So what am I saying, YouTube? Evolve XS might work. Evolve XS might work. I mean, I'm afraid to say it work because I can hear the trolls in the comments like, it's a placebo. It might work. I don't work for these companies. I don't care if it works or not. This thing might work. Something is definitely happening with it. And it happened fast. Day 1, I noticed some changes. Day 3, changes. Day 5, extreme changes. It works. I'm going to just go ahead and say it works. If you see my first impressions, you know where to get it. I'm out here in Mexico, so I don't have all the information. I'm in the pool, but it works. Check it out. I'll probably put some in the top right-hand corner. You'll probably see where you can get this. My real review on a scale of 1 to 10, as far as wanting to get women to notice you and be more friendly, I'm going to go ahead and give this an 8. The reason it's not a 10 is because it did begin to annoy me myself. So it did begin to have an effect on me. Almost as if the male pheromone that's in this was angering me myself, which I don't think it should have been doing. That's kind of strange. I don't know if anyone else has had that similar situation. Please let me know. Also, it did make the males a little less friendly, a little more aggressive. Because I am African American, some people do say that we already have enough gnome in our systems already, so this might become a little too extra. But Evolve XS, definitely a go, YouTube. Now check this out. For all my watchers here that are having trouble with women or getting a date, really want to settle down and still looking for that right girl, will a pheromone cologne really work for you? I'm going to go ahead and say no, because honestly, the times that I've had women say that they were turned on, I was wearing Green Irish Tweed, I was wearing Molecule 01, I was wearing Pure Malt, Terry Mugler. I say that to say there's some actual good colognes out there that women really love, and it really seems to turn them on, and they're not pheromones, and it smells good. Remember, women's senses are a lot stronger than males. Why am I bringing that up, YouTube? Because you don't need a pheromone cologne in order to attract women. It can help you if you want to just add that extra spice to your game. But if you're a person that needs help just getting to the door and speaking to women, send me an email, starfox82@gmail.com, Fox with 2X, starfox82@gmail.com. Tell me your situation, send me an email if there's a particular girl you want, and I'll let you know how to approach her. I'll let you know the body language that you might need to approach her, because before we get into this, I'll say this is initiated status. For all those of us that's initiated and have no problems with women, then you start using these things to spice up your game. But for some of you guys out there, and there's no judgment, that might require a little more grace with women, so to speak, hit me up with an email. I think I can set you right, because there's a lot of body language issues, a lot of confidence issues, going to the gym. There's a lot of reasons why you might be not hitting home runs with women. Every male should be able to have as many women as they want. So starfox82@gmail.com. Send me a message and I'll help you out. Anyway, Reg Fox if you know me, Star Fox if you don't. Please like, please comment. Let me know how y'all feel. Let me know if y'all feel like I rushed this, and if you want a more in-depth review of Evolve XS. I say it works. Shout outs to Pheromone, Sense, and all the guys that helped me out and send me the emails. It's finally here. Oh yeah, Wolf's on deck next. I got some interesting stories about Wolf. Peace out. One love.